There we go on YouTube.
Now you gotta do it again. Okay, again, good morning, everyone. Ms. Matias, we are live, recording and streaming. You may proceed with this morning's
Pretty good?
public review executive session.
Put on your mics. Mics on. Good morning. This is the New York City Board of Standards and Appeals Review Session for March 9th, 2026. We'll begin with the adjournments. Item number 1, 2025-17BZ, 980105 Metropolitan Avenue, Queens. Okay, keep going.
Yeah.
Withdrawals. Item number 2, 2024-62BZ, 78 Fort Place, Staten Island. Motion to withdraw. Chair Shonda,
Aye.
Vice Chair Shabeta,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Sheta,
Aye.
Commissioner Yoon.
Aye. I actually, before we took I just want to make sure this is a motion to withdraw without prejudice.
Without prejudice?
Everybody's okay with?
Yes.
Okay. Decision items. Item number 3, 90786BZ, Volume 2, 109, 113 East 73rd Street, Manhattan.
We need to defer this?
Okay. Item number 4, 2018-151A, Volume 4, 6-05 129th Street, Queens.
All right, just give me a second. We received the DOT sign off and also Community Board has
Yes.
approved the modification. So make a motion to approve the amended plan and elimination of the condition of time to obtain certificate of occupancy and all other prior conditions not specifically waived by the board remains.
Shebetta,
Aye.
Vice Chair Shabeta,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Shabeta,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Sheta,
Aye.
Commissioner Yoon.
Aye.
Application has been granted. Item number 5, 2025-30BZ, 1680 Boone Avenue, the Bronx.
We received the community board's recommendation and the community board recommends to deny this application. Community boards objected because it failed to demonstrate, the project failed to demonstrate hardship unique to the property, objected to the bulk and height, and the proposed height and massing would be incompatible when in this zoning district it permits up to 15 stories, and that this is not a minimum variance. Community board also expressed concern that on-site parking is not being proposed. Here are my thoughts on this. The affordable housing project is filed pursuant to 7221 and is entitled to deference, where the applicant has to demonstrate the programmatic need of the project instead of unique site condition. Applicant has successfully demonstrated the programmatic need for the proposed development. Furthermore, the applicant is seeking a waiver of height, rear yard equivalent, and lot coverage. Parking is not required per zoning resolution, and the applicant is not seeking an increase in the FAR on the subject zoning lot. Regarding the neighborhood context, board had asked the applicant to reduce the bulk along Boone Avenue, which the applicant has done to the extent possible by shifting the bulk away from this corridor and also maintaining the total number of affordable units as demonstrated by the applicant to make the project financially operable and qualify for the government funding programs, and also provide much needed affordable housing for the city. I also believe that regardless of the building height as proposed, the proposed project will contribute to the neighborhood by activating Boone Avenue corridor, which is, as the community board letter states, is an active community corridor that hosts annual arts and cultural events. So as stated during the hearing, the subject property would qualify for also fast track, affordable housing fast track. That was adopted in the city charter through the vote following the November 2025 vote. So applicant has provided a revised EAS and a revised plan incorporating the environmental notes and has also corrected the plan. There were some correction with regards to the zoning analysis and made it consistent with the survey. It doesn't change the proposed floor area and the bulk and the massing that the applicant is seeking. So did everybody have a chance to review any thoughts or any statement? If not, I'll just go straight to the approval recommendations.
All I'd like to say is to add that this is going to be 100% affordable housing. And I think this is very important.
I'm sorry, Vice Chair, we can't hear you on the recording.
All I'd like to add is that this project is 100% affordable housing. And I think it's essential for the crisis that we're currently in.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, and in addition to this, I would say that the board did a bit this just for easy.
Again, Commissioner Sheta, we can't hear.
The board did ask the applicant to provide like a scaling for the project and they did. And from that study, it was demonstrated that this is the minimum size of the project that could like yield feasible return. So
Yeah.
this is a minimum variance, so we cannot go beyond that.
Oh, and they also did respond to the window condition with the 31 dBA window wall attenuation and the noise level of 45 dBA in accordance with the E designation. And they provided an alternate needs of ventilation, including but not limited to air conditioning.
All right, those are all part of the E designation that is there on this site as part of the rezoning, as part of the Crotona Park East-West rezoning. Okay, so thank you for all your comments. I want to make a motion to approve with the following conditions. An E designation for hazardous material, noise, and air quality has been placed on the zoning map pursuant to Section 11-15 of the New York City Zoning Resolution for the subject property as part of the Crotona Park East-West Farm rezoning. All requirements which must be met. Further assessments should be coordinated through the Mayor's Office of Environmental Remediation. The proposed project shall use electricity to power HVAC systems. HVAC type shall comply with applicable laws and regulations as determined by DOB and other relevant agencies. Actually, the first note is it's kind of duplicating it, but I would prefer to go with the third one that the one that I said is HVAC type shall comply with applicable laws and regulations as determined by DOB and other relevant agencies. Further, residential commercial use must provide a closed window condition with a minimum of 31 dBA window wall attenuation on all facades to maintain an interior noise level of 45 dBA in accordance with the E designation. A closed window condition and alternate means of ventilation must also be provided, and alternate means of ventilations include but not limited to air conditioning. The 30-foot wide light and air easement above the roof of Lot 34 shall be maintained free and clear. The HDFC entity shall be formed and have and should have filed for a certificate of should file for certificate of incorporation approved by the New York City Housing Preservation and Development at the time of executing the affordable housing regulation. And this grant shall not be transferred. Oh, this is one thing I don't like about this new laptop. This grant shall not be transferred to another developer or HDFC entity without prior consent of the board. And finally, to allow for flexibility as the design is developed to accommodate essential structure, mechanical, and other systems, and to respond to HPD comments and design guidelines, the project may be modified through either a letter of substantial compliance or reopening of the case, provided it does not exceed the proposed gross square feet and remains within the building envelope with the maximum building height of 211 feet. Motion to approve?
Chair Shonda,
Aye.
Vice Chair Shabeta,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Sheta,
Aye.
Commissioner Yoon.
Aye.
Application has been granted. Special order calendar, new cases, item number 6, 24698BZ, Volume 3, 55-1521
I don't know.
Northern Boulevard, Queens.
Yeah, it's coming from here. I know how to stop it. Okay, we received proof of initial filing and hearing notices. Community Board has voted to approve this project. This is an application for a proposed modification to a previously approved automotive dealership, and the applicant is seeking a modification of the hours of operation. The, as you know, back in 2025, almost like November of last year, the board approved an extension of term. And the applicant is proceeding to do all the necessary work. Only thing that the applicant is requesting is a change in the hours of operations to include Sunday. The prior board grants limited the operation to Mondays to Saturdays, and from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. closed on Sunday. The applicant is requesting it to be extended to Sunday also. So it would be Monday to Sunday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Vice Chair Shibata.
The only thing I'd like to add is that the original ask was to include another door, but in the response to the notice of comments, they are no longer proposing the additional doors, as the tenant has decided that to do without it, as it amounts to significant cost. So the only change is, as the chair,
I somehow the other missed it, so I'm going to look into it during recess.
okay. I have nothing further.
Okay.
Sure.
Hold on.
This is regarding the recording. I got a notification that it's live streamed. I'm not sure if we were live streaming before.
I
It's
received
under
that
your-
notification. I received that notification as well, but I received it like about 20 minutes ago.
Oh, I just got it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Commissioner Otley Brown?
I consider this a minor amendment and I have no issue with it.
Commissioner Arliba, we can't hear you on the recording.
I consider this a minor amendment and I have no issue with it.
Thank you. Commissioner Shetta?
Thank you, Chair. I have no comment regarding the application. I'm okay with the amendment. The only thing I would ask them to do is, if they have any violations, address that in the statement of fact. If not, then they are good.
I doubt there would be any new, given that we just, but okay.
Yeah, we're on.
All right. Commissioner Yoon?
I have no questions on this. The only thing now is that, do we want them to revise the proposed set of plans? That nothing is changing from the previously approved. So the prior set of plans had asked for that door to be added, and now they're saying they don't want the door to be added. So for the final set of plans, what do we need? Nothing? Or do we just revert back to the
Yeah,
previously
I mean,
approved plans?
first of all, I don't know how I missed this, but I will look at it and see in what context we asked for the door and why the door cannot be placed. And then if that needs to be revised in the plans,
We didn't ask for the door. They asked, and their original application asked for a door to be added. And then they, on the notice of comments,
They said
stated
okay,
that
they're
the
removed.
cost would be too great. What Commissioner Yoon, I believe, is stating is
That it's still showing on the plan.
yeah, do
didn't-
we just revert to the
So then-
original plans?
Then the
Or-
plan needs to be revised, yes. If we-
I think the question for the applicant is to evaluate whether they would like to propose new plans in this application, which proposes only to modify the hours of operation.
Actually, that's a good point. If you're not making any changes to the site plan that was approved and you're only seeking a change to the hours of operation, then we don't need to see a new site plan. We are just going to change the condition in the resolution.
And revert to the original plans that.
Revert to the original plan that was approved in November of 2025.
Yeah.
Good point, yes.
Okay, move on.
Thank you.
Continued hearings under the zoning calendar. Item number 7, 2024-10BZ, 1679 63rd Street, Brooklyn.
Just give me a, since this is not a touch screen, it's a little bit of an effort.
These upgrades are fantastic.
I really like the move to a much laptop.
We didn't buy them. They gave it.
It's just, it keeps my.
Let's keep the
developed.
discussion to the subject at hand. Thank you all. At the last, we can discuss that subject matter during recess. At the last hearing, board had reopened the case since finding C of the special permit 73-19 was not met. So we have received, as of today, sign off from DEP regarding air quality and noise, which is related to finding C. And according to DEP sign off from March 3rd, there is no potential for significant adverse air quality impact from the surroundings. However, the proposed project will require window wall attenuation. And the recommendations are window wall attenuation with an OITC rating of 28 dBA on the north facade, that is 62nd Street on the first floor. Window wall attenuation of OITC rating of 31 dBA on the north and south facade adjacent to the proposed second floor play area and on the third floor area above the second floor play area. And also is requiring the applicant to provide alternate means of ventilation into the building to maintain a closed window condition, to maintain an interior noise level not exceeding L10 of 45 dBA. I think in this case, I would recommend that DEP's noise attenuation be considered for all the facades, both on 62nd and 63rd, not just on the first floor, but also on the second and third floor, and provide alternate means of ventilation, because just providing it for the interior and the school's footprint is not that big. So I would, keeping that in mind also, I think given that the nature of operation that is there currently, whether that will change or not, it's subject to land use future conditions. So for the time being, definitely that should be considered. That is my recommendation. I want to hear from the commissioners on that. And I want the applicant to provide a 10-foot high acoustical wall along the rooftop area facing both the street frontages as shown on the proposed plan. However, it is not clear from the plan, the OITC rating of this acoustical wall. So please provide the information at the hearing and indicate it and revise the plan accordingly. And applicant has provided a revised safety plan, a draft restrictive declaration, and a revised plan. In the revised plan, the notes regarding the window wall attenuation that were added, I think it preceded the DEP recommendations and what we are stating. So those notes need to be revised, and the language that has been stated thus far in the plans definitely does not quite jive with and the standard language. So our project manager will provide the language that needs to be incorporated into the plan. With regards to the revised safety plan, again, I want to thank the applicant's team for diligently working with us in trying to address these concerns. I have a couple of minor questions, and the question is regarding arrival schedule for bus number 1, as shown on table 1, PDF page number 7. Bus number 1 will pick up from 7 to 7:30 a.m. grades 7 and 8, followed by a pickup from 8:15 to 8:45 for grades 2, and then between 8:45 to 9 a.m. for toddler and pre-K, and the last pickup from 9 a.m. to 9:15 grades nursery and kindergarten. So given the close timing of this, especially 8:15 to 8:45, and then from 8:45 to 9, picking up another group, and then 9 to 9:15, picking up another group. Is the expectation of timing schedule for bus number 1 realistic when compared to other buses where there is at least a 15-minute gap? And assuming a 15-minute interval between each turnaround, it would result in 3 buses arriving between 9 to 9:30 a.m. when the curbside can only accommodate 2 buses at a time. So that is the reason I asked this question. Please look at it and provide a response. Other than that, in terms of the environmental, I believe we have everything is closed. They just need to revise, the applicant needs to revise the EAS and add the environmental notes to the plan and whatever recommendation the board will impose with regards to additional air quality and noise. Ms. Benke, is there anything you need to add with regards to environmental?
That's correct. We will request the e-designation number once if the board closes.
Okay.
And we do have additional, we'll give directions for finalizing the EAS, a few edits.
Okay. And I did also review the draft restrictive deck. It seemed fine. Council, did you have a chance to?
No, not yet.
Okay, so let's go
Sure.
in the order. I'm coming to you. Vice Chair Shibata.
Well, I did review the declaration. It did seem in line with the declarations that we generally get. I believe the declaration is satisfactory. The only thing I'd like to add, and this may have been stated in previous hearings, but the only thing I'd like to add is that he did clarify the amount of crossing guards and the proposed crossing guard on 67th Street and 7th Avenue. And additional crossing guards would be on 61st Street and 16th Avenue and 61st Street and 70th Avenue during peak student arrival and departure periods. I have nothing further to add.
Yes, yeah, the applicant had clarified that.
But,
A couple of hearings ago, yeah.
But if
Thank you.
General Counsel at any point decides to review the declaration and has any comments or questions, but we're certainly open to that discussion.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Otley Brown?
I have no additional comments.
Commissioner Shetta?
Thank you, Chair. I agree with you that the plans, the window attenuation, the plans need to be modified to be consistent with either the DAB or the recommendations you just mentioned. Regarding providing extra measures on the higher floors, I'm okay with that. I believe it's a good extra safeguard, taking into account the nature of the surrounding neighborhood. I want to thank the applicant and his team for their diligent collaboration with the board, which resulted in this safety plan that they submitted, and hopefully they're gonna stick to it. If I believe the key for the success of this project is to stick to the safety plan and make sure that it's enforced strictly. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Yoon?
Thank you. I want to know, I was not here at the last hearing where this was heard, and so I appreciate the chair's scrutiny of the bus timetables. I've expressed before, this is a complex logistical schedule that's proposed for a very small site. So in addition to what the chair had asked, I wanted to, because I wasn't here at the last hearing, just confirm again what the proposal for monitoring is, because what I had written down was that the chair had proposed monitoring for the first 4 years, at least 3 times per year, and if that was still the condition that was being proposed.
What the revised safety plan reflects what was discussed, which is 3 monitoring periods per year, 3 consecutive years. And the monitoring period, as stated, talks about period number 1 would be the first day of the school operation. Period number 2 is within first 60 days of the school operation, and period number 3 is performing within 30 days, basically before the end of the school year. And with each monitoring period, the consultant that would be retained by the school will monitor it, prepare a report, and these documents will be It would be written document, video footage and the photos, and the compliance report will be submitted to BSA at the end of the year. And this would be done for 3 consecutive years with 3 reporting periods. And also prior to that, with every year, there would be a training that would be done by the consultant, not just for the staff, custodians, but also for the guardians and the students, so everybody knows what the requirements are. I thought the safety plan report that's been prepared is very thorough and detailed, which it was at the last time we asked for some corrections, and that has been reflected. I just have a question, maybe it's a typo, because none of the other school buses have this kind of all the other school buses have a 15-minute gap, but this is the only one which has no gaps. And this is going to result in buses, more than 2 buses at this location, which would be contradicting what this board has been discussing, and would impact the surrounding businesses in terms of their operation. So the applicant needs to respond to that.
Thank you.
Okay?
Move on.
Yeah.
Item number 8, 2025-29 BZ 350 Troy Avenue, Brooklyn.
Right. This is not the easy part of it. Okay. So applicant has revised the document. With regards to the revised plan, we had asked the applicant to show the existing waiver that was the waiver that was approved by the previous board, and overlay on that the proposed waiver. The document that has been provided is not clear. So I have asked the project manager to provide a sample from a very recent approval, and it needs to indicate not only the waivers, but also the zoning resolution section that was applicable. And I understand the zoning resolution section that was applicable then was pre-City of Yes, and you could state that and include the proposed waiver that is coming from post-City of Yes approval zoning resolution section. So make that statement very clear. And indicate the required street wall height, both for the front yard and for the side yard setback. Because when I looked at the drawing sheets number 24 and 25, the proposed envelopes related to the side yards are not complying with zoning resolution section 24-551. With regards to the statement of findings and statement of facts, regarding finding C, the applicant needs to discuss the height and setback and the sky exposure plane that is required for the side yard and how it will not impact the abutting lot, as it was stated at the last hearing by the applicant. So that needs to be factored into the narrative. With regards to the operational plan, applicant states that the existing curbside regulation along 100-foot school frontage of Troy Avenue and Carroll Street currently has no standing school days 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Along Carroll Street, and no standing school days 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. along Troy Avenue. So it's different. And so the applicant is proposing and for consistency to modify the Carroll Street no standing sign to 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. along its 100-foot frontage, as opposed to what is currently there, which is 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. I'm okay with that. But of course would require review at DOT, and DOT would have to approve this. Applicant has also provided the arrival departure schedule by grade. And so I have a couple of questions. So, so when I was looking at the Monday through Thursday, 8:45 to 9 a.m., there would be 3 estimated buses that will be arriving, followed by a 9 to 9:30 a.m. for private vehicles drop off. So basically there are 2 modes of 3 modes that are being identified. Most would be the school bus that would be used by up to grade 6 students, and the rest would be all walking, transit, and private vehicles. The chart showed most of the utilization being geared towards buses and private vehicles. So that's why I'm asking this question. So I noticed that on Mondays to Thursday, 8:45 to 9 a.m., the 3 buses are estimated to arrive, followed by 9 to 9:30 a.m. private vehicles, and it is estimated that 72 vehicles will be coming. And same goes for Friday also, the same pattern. So my question is, will 200 foot of frontage, this is 100 on Carroll and 100 on Troy, would be adequate for 72 vehicles during the drop-off period with estimated 2-minute dwell time? Would it not result in double parking? That is my question. And now, with regards to the trash room, the applicant is proposing trash room on the 6th floor with a refrigerated area and a separate refuse room. Applicant states that the trash pickup is done from Troy Avenue and pickup is done prior to student arrival, which would be in the AM between 8 a.m. and 8:30 a.m. So I want the applicant to confirm that. Analysis is not clear regarding the trash pickup timing and disposal process because Troy Avenue has about 10 foot of clear path for walking. Would the trash be stored in the bins for pickup? And then these bins will be removed from the site and would be stored in the building prior to student arrival. So those questions are there. In terms of environmental, I believe we have closed hazmat noise, which screens out, but I think we have a couple of comments that needs to be responded to that we received from school safety. Ms. Benke, is there any update?
The school safety review is, they have all the information. We're just waiting for the letter from school safety and air quality. The applicant also responded and we sent it to DEP. So air quality is still open. So.
Okay, but they have provided response to school to DEP.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Vice Chair Shibata?
Thank you, Chair. I don't know if this was mentioned earlier, but I did find the argument for the necessity of the on-site faculty daycare integration, on-site daycare for the children of female faculty members compelling. I just wanted to add that to the record.
Okay. Is it unique to this site? I mean, we see this case, this kind of.
They just, they added in their cover letter and they.
Commissioner, we can't hear you. So
They added it in their cover letter and they, it was a response to the questions that we asked the last hearing about it. And I found the argument to be compelling.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Commissioner Otley Brown?
I have one question related to the trash pickup. From what I read, they will be bringing the bins with both the refrigerated trash and the regular trash out to the sidewalk the evening before pickup, with the idea that the pickup is the next day before school begins. And my question is there any possibility that the food trash could be brought outside on the morning of, just to limit the possibility for rodents because they'll be sitting there overnight?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Commissioner Shetta?
Thank you, Chair. I believe the submission was kind of responsive to our previous comments. The only thing that caught my eye was the note that's added to the plans that says that gym equipment shall not be located in the fire department access route. I believe if there is like a specific spot or space on the plans that's nominated to storing this kind of equipment, is shown and agreed to, I believe it would be better than like just leaving it like that. It's not gonna be in the fire department routes, access routes, and they can put it anywhere. I believe specifying a space is,
I think that is slightly difficult because I'm sure with various requirements, standards, and other things, it may keep changing. So I don't want us to have to review gym equipments. As long as they say that the gym equipments will be not in the way of the fire access, that should be sufficient.
okay.
We have never asked any board, any other applicant, so with rooftop play area to show the equipment. We really don't want to get into that.
Okay.
Those are very, I think there are a lot of do's and don'ts and requirements, let's say, on those matters. So that's not our forte.
I thought it might be better. I'm
No,
not an
no,
architect. so-
yeah, I don't want, I think that's going to be reviewed by whatever
But-
authority that oversees school operations, so it's better for them to weigh in and review.
Okay. Thank you.
Commissioner Yoon?
Thank you. I agree with that discussion. I thought the submission was responsive and I had another question about trash pickup and the bin storage that's proposed on Troy Avenue and confirming that they don't encroach into the right of way by more than 3 feet. That was my only comment.
Okay. Okay,
Done?
yes.
This concludes the review session for March 9th, 2026. We'll resume at, I'm gonna do 11, it's 10:48.
Let's do 11.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, resume at 11 a.m. for the public hearing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Water pillow's getting me. I'm getting emails on this darn thing.
Okay. All right, I still did not get.
On your,
Check out these new laptops. Wonderful. That's why Carla said to me, wait till after the hearing. To get the laptop.
It's OTI runs.
Yes, it's OTI.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, good morning, everyone. Ms. Martinez, we're recording, proceed with today's public hearing.
Okay, mic's on, please. Madam Chair, are you ready? Yes. Mic's on, please. Thank you. Good morning. This is the New York City Board of Standards and Appeals public hearing for March 9th, 2026. We'll begin with the special order calendar, new cases. Item number 6, 24698 BZ, Volume 3, 55-1521 Northern Boulevard, Queens. This would be Sandy Agnostu. Oh, she's not in the room?
No, she's not in the room.
You got her? Oh, you pulled her out before? Okay, sorry. No. Yeah, he was here for the earlier case. Maybe leave.
He didn't ask to.
Is there anyone else with you, Ms. Agnostu?
No, just me.
Okay, thank you. I know I'm mispronouncing your name right. Raise your right hand. Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in your testimony before this board and respond honestly to board member questions?
I do.
Please state your name and proceed to respond to the board's comments at review session.
Sandy Anagnostou, representing the applicant. I did listen to the board's comments in the earlier review session, and regarding the plans, we are not proposing any changes, as the vice chair pointed out. Originally, when we filed this amendment application, we were proposing to change a door, add a door rather, which differed from the previously approved BSA plans. But since we no longer are proposing that, we would revert back to the previously approved BSA plans. So there are no changes. The only change is the addition of Sunday for the proposed hours of operation. So there would be no changes to any plans.
Okay. Was there any note in the plan regarding the hours of operation?
I don't believe so. Should there be?
No, if there was not, then I would have said maybe the plan, but if you're not,
I think it's
Okay.
only stated in the resolution.
okay. So, okay, that's clear to us.
Other than that, Commissioner
I think there was a
Shabeta,
question Commissioner Sheta had is,
Commissioner
are there any
Sheta.
recent violations? And if so,
there are not. We addressed the violations in the previous approval for the extension of term, but there are no new violations. What I could say about that is most of the violations had to do with C of O and the repair shop, which that use is no longer occurring. We eliminated the repair. So all of those violations are being addressed. And once we obtain the new C of O, they will be dismissed. So we're working on all of that. We anticipate obtaining a TCO soon, and the new tenant is about to sign the lease. So soon as that's done, we will be able to obtain at least the temporary, if not the final C of O.
okay, okay.
Want to go to the public?
Let's go to, any questions let's go to the public then. Thank you, Ms. Agnosto.
Thank you.
The case that we're currently discussing is 24698 BZ, Volume 3, 55-15 21 Northern Boulevard, Queens. Should you wish to comment in this application, dial 669-254-5252. At the prompt, you'll enter the webinar ID number 161-504-3108 and press the pound sign. At the next prompt, you'll press the pound sign only. Once you're permitted in, you press *9 to raise your hand, *6 to unmute as you're calling in on the phone. And if you're in the Zoom room already, please raise your Zoom hand, which is the little hand at the bottom of your computer screen. Once you are recognized, you'll have 3 minutes in which to comment on this application.
Okay. I think in light of the fact there's no change to the proposed plan, we should not send the proposed plan to DOB. The prior approved plan remains in place. And the only revision would be the correction to the resolution with regards to the change in the hours of operation, reflecting the prior approved plan still being in effect. Any other questions? Because I don't think there's any submission required.
No submission. Waiting for the clock to run out. Okay, no polls, no hands.
I'm going to make a motion to close and schedule this for the March decision.
March 23rd?
Yeah.
Chair Shonda?
Aye.
Vice Chair Shabeta? Commissioner Otley Brown?
Aye.
Commissioner Sheta? Commissioner Yoon?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Zoning calendar continued hearing items. Item number 7, 2024-10BZ.
Nobody
Lynn?
here.
Huh? No, Levi, Lynn is there
Lynn
and
is
Levi
here.
Plotkin.
Okay, you're doing that?
Mhm.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Lynn Freeman and Hannah Plotkin. Where's David Solo? Oh, Moish too. Okay.
Yeah, we're one.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Hope all is well.
I hope so.
Thank you. Thank God we're doing okay.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that.
Thank
Okay,
you.
you have someone else also?
Maybe, I don't think so.
Rocky?
No, that's it.
No.
Just
That's
the
it.
two?
Maybe Fayen. Could be Fayen is here.
I don't.
Nope.
She's not.
No,
That's fine.
That's all fine.
Okay, so begin with you. Okay.
Levy Plotkin is for the next case.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. It's Ken was up.
Next time.
For the next case, right?
Right.
Right.
His hand was up. That's why I said. Raise your right hand. Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in your testimony before this board and to respond honestly to board member questions?
Yes, we do.
State your name for the record and proceed to respond to the board's comments at review session.
Maurice and Lynn Friedman, representing Friedman PE, AIA, and we are representing the school Alexander. So we listened to the review session, and if the board would like us to change the noise settings for the noise requirements on the facades, not a problem. As the chair said, staff will give us the wording that you want. We'll put it on the plans. We'll get it done right away. It's not a problem. As regard to the acoustical wall on the roof, if you look at page, I think it's 17, it talks about the AI wall. 1 second.
It's AIL sound wall.
AIL sound wall. I just was looking at it. I downloaded it. 1 sec. 16, I'm sorry.
Hold on.
And the brochure was given to you also that early on after the first hearing.
Okay.
So if you would like me to add anything else on, I have no problem.
Which page again? Page 16?
16
16 of the PDF or?
of the PDF. Well, of the plans. Well, I'm looking, 1 second. Yeah, page 16. No, wrong page. I'm sorry, page 17. I was right to begin with. It has all the specifications. It shows the 10-foot. It shows the specifications of the wall and a picture of the wall. It's page
Okay, this-
17.
Mr. Friedman, I did see it, but it wasn't clear the level of attenuation that it was proposing. Was it a 28, 30 dBA? That's the part that I'm looking for.
Okay, so I'll make sure to make it a little clearer. Not a problem.
Because I do see all the STC ratings indicated here, but I did not know which one specifically w- being proposed. The table in blue at the bottom.
Right. Okay, no, not a problem. I'll specify it on the roof plan. I'll write it out specifically. Not a
Yeah.
problem.
Thank you.
Okay,
Amber's going to respond to the question about there
you,
was a question just about the bus schedules and the
Yeah, so you
drop-off.
understand what this is the table that is there in the safety plan.
Yeah,
And that is table 1, PDF page number 7.
okay.
It was very thorough, but this is where I saw the disconnect. So,
So I spoke to Amber. She's not able to be here at the moment, but she said that she will address it, look into it and make sure to clarify and take care of that. Just fix up and make sure. If there's a question, it's just about explaining it, she'll do that. And if it's about adjusting it, she'll take care of it.
and hopefully staff will give us whatever edits they want to the EAS and we'll take care of that right away.
okay. All right, and you will provide the STC rating for the rooftop. So please know that it's the OITC rating for the windows, which is different from the STC rating that is being proposed for the playground area. So the notes need to be very clear on that. And this is also for the project managers. Please be mindful of that. Okay.
So we're gonna go with 31 on the whole building,
It would be,
right?
what is DEP is recommending? DEP is recommending an OITC rating of 28 on
On the north,
on the first floor, and then OITC rating of 31 on the north and the south facade adjacent to the play area. And so I was just, you should maintain a 28 dBA window wall attenuation for the entire facade,
fine.
both on 62nd and 63rd. And the interior maintain an OITC rating of 31 as prescribed by DEP.
Not a problem. We'll take care of that right away. Sorry, I'm just writing it down. I just want to make sure we get it
And
right.
I would say that for the rooftop play area, you should maintain also similar to what DEP required to be consistent.
Fine. Okay, not a problem.
For the interior space?
31 for the interiors, because that's where the children will be playing.
So
Children will
what,
be,
where,
DEP is requiring that.
but that's the window wall
Atten-
assembly adjacent to the play spaces?
Yes, 31 dBA,
Right, so those
31.
need to have a window wall attenuation of 31.
right,
And the remainder of the building needs to have a window wall attenuation of 28.
28. That's what
Correct.
we had
Yeah.
required for the ground floor. So I'm just kind of, and DP didn't think window wall attenuation was required for the floors above on both street frontages. So at a minimum, it should be 28 dBA on both street
On
frontages.
all remaining facades.
On all remaining facades.
Got it, okay, just wanted to understand.
Yeah,
And that we will maintain a closed window condition that they can, the ventilation, which
Yes.
is not a problem. But we'll, I'll speak to staff, we'll put the correct note on the plans so that everything is right.
yeah.
Facades.
Okay, Video. Let's go to the public.
The case that we're currently discussing is 2024 10-BZ 1679 63rd Street, Brooklyn. Should you wish to comment on this application, dial 669-254-5252. At the prompt, you'll enter the Weber ID number 161-504-3108 and press the pound sign. At the next prompt, you'll press the pound sign only. Once you're permitted in, you'll press *9 to raise your hand, *6 to unmute as you're calling in on the phone. And once you're recognized, you'll have 5 minutes to wish to comment on this application.
Okay. How much time you will need to respond to these comments?
A week? Yeah. They're not major comments, though. We should be able to have done within the week.
We won't be able to schedule this one for closing for decision for this month of March. So don't rush yourself on that.
Ms. Prenga's hand.
Ms. Prenga, your hand is up.
Amber Cartalian reached out and said she'll be calling in, but I'm
I
not
think
sure if
that's
it's
for the next case.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I got confused too. All right, so sorry, thank you.
Okay.
You see.
So, Ms. Benke, we have all the necessary sign off from the environmental?
Yes.
Okay. So commissioners, are you okay with us closing it with the applicant revising the plans to address the noise, all the environmental notes, E designation, the noise, the air quality, the alternate means of ventilation, that is, for the building facades and for the rooftop play area. And I think this is a typo really, but the applicant needs to provide clarity with regards to that question I'd raised about the bus schedule, because at no time more than 2 buses can be parked on that frontage. So they need to revise that document. If they're unable to revise that document, we will have to reopen it and then reissue
So,
the.
Chair, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah, so this is a drop off, this is not pickup. So in that half an hour, I think Amber, again, she did this and we'll double check, and this was pretty clear, the safety. But in that half an hour, you're saying the 2 buses, they're coming and they're alternating. So it's 1, 2, and then they pull out. There's only takes 5 minutes to empty a bus. I don't
Yes,
think that was
maybe
an issue.
then the chart is incorrect because it's specifically referring to bus number 1. So it's saying that the bus number 1 will pick up from 7 to 7:30 p.m. grades 7 and 8 students. Then it will do another pickup run and
Pickup or drop off?
Sorry, drop off. My
Okay.
bad, completely. Drop off. So it will do the bus number 1 drop off will be 7 to 7:30 a.m. grade 7 through 8, followed by a drop off from 8:15 to 8:45 a.m. for grades 2. Then 8:45 to 9 a.m. For toddlers and pre-K. And then the last one will be, last run will be at 9 a.m. to 9:15 a.m. for nursery and kindergarten. So my concern is that there's no way a bus can drop somebody off 7:30, like 8:45, and be there at 8:45 to pick somebody, to drop somebody up.
100%. So we have to find out from Amber if when she refers to bus number 1, is she talking about the same exact physical bus, or is that bus number 1 for that second period, which is an entirely different physical bus? We have to ask her what that and clarify. I
Yeah.
think that's the case here. I think that it's bus number 1 and 2 for the first run, and then there's 3 buses that go, and these are all coming from an outside vendor, so they don't have to own these buses. I have to check, but I think that's what this is meant. We'll ask her to clarify.
Yeah,
Maybe change the number of the buses.
Right, no, it's bus number 1 and 2 come in the morning, and then there were 3 buses, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the second batch, you see, and then 1 and 2.
every
in the
one of
third
them
batch.
has a 15-minute gap. This is the only
Right.
one that does not.
We have to see if the bus number 1 means that same physical unit, or if we're counting how many buses are coming for each
Right.
time frame, and there may be constant bus, because they have to pick, as you say, pick up the students and drop off. It's not physically possible.
Right.
We'll get clarity.
Right, and this needs to be revised in the safety plan. It needs to be in the restrictive deck, so it's a very critical part of the whole
Okay,
that the
We'll take
board
care of it.
will be approving.
Yes.
Okay, so if that's clear, I'm going to make a recommendation that we close it, keep the record open for finalizing the drawings, the safety plan, the restrictive deck, and anything that needs to be finalized in the EAS. Okay? And we
Yep.
will schedule this for decision in April? Yeah.
Okay, so do you want a motion to close?
Yeah.
Wait, do we went to the public already? Yeah, we did. Chair Shonda,
Aye.
Vice Chair Shavetta,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Sheta,
Aye.
Commissioner Yoon.
Aye.
All right.
if you don't mind, I would just like to take the opportunity to thank the board and all of our team who worked very hard on this application, and thank you.
Yes, and thank you for working with us in reaching to this point.
Thank you.
Okay, next item, 2025-29BZ, 350 Troy Avenue, Brooklyn.
I believe that
Okay.
number 3561 is Amber's.
Yeah.
And
Mr. Plotnick now, right? Plotkin.
Rabbi Plotkin.
Rabbi Plotkin.
And, sorry, due respect, Rabbi Plotkin. There's someone with the last name Singer. Shall I also let him in?
No,
That was the
oh,
previous one.
That was the previous one.
Now they call it. Okay. I'm letting them in?
yeah, I've let them in.
Okay.
That's facts and findings.
Okay.
Okay. Well, when I start.
Do you understand
Amber's
this?
there. Anyone else?
Amber will do this.
Should I swear them in?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, raise your right hands. Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in your testimony before this board to respond only to the board member questions?
Yes,
Yes.
we do.
I do.
Please state your name for the record, whoever's lead, and proceed to respond to the board's comments at review session.
Okay. Maurice Enlin Friedman for Friedman PEAIA, representing Rabbi Plotkin and the school. Okay, it was very pretty. I enjoyed looking at the plans with the color shading, and we're on it. We're working on it already, and we'll take care of that right away. That's not a problem, just procedural, because okay, and also this wall height, we'll take care of that. You want to talk about the facts and findings? We'll add it. We're discussing side yard waivers. We'll add that discussion in the facts and finding.
Right, I think that's one thing I felt was missing in this narrative. While it talked about very clearly the programmatic need, as you know, you're seeking these waivers, so the request for the waivers need to be woven in with the programmatic need, and I felt that was missing. So please go through the findings again and make sure that the request that you're seeking and how this kind of supports your need for the programmatic need
Okay,
or justifies the programmatic need.
yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Amber will speak about
Let's ask
this.
Amber to speak about the arrival and departure questions and make sure.
Yeah, hi, I'm here. Amber Cartalian with GZA Geoenvironmental. I apologize because I wasn't able to listen in on the review session, so I'm going to speak based on what was relayed to me, and if there's anything that I need to respond to further in writing, I will. My understanding was there was a question about the arrival and departure and curb utilization related to bus and car drop-off. In the last submission, we did prepare a curb utilization and full operation plan analysis where we evaluated not just the incremental students, but the full grade enrollment at full capacity. And in that, we looked at cars and buses and essentially looked at what the demand would be along the curb frontage and whether or not the curb could accommodate the arrivals and departures during each peak period. And what we identified was there was one peak hour, the Monday through Thursday arrival period, that would be that we needed to extend by 15 minutes to accommodate the number of vehicles, and that was adjusted and incorporated into the revised hours of operations and in both the environmental assessment statement and in Lynn's materials.
Well, I think that's where my question is, because as you pointed out, Monday through Thursday, the peak is really 9:45 a.m. to 9 a.m. when 3 buses will be coming to drop off, followed by 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. where private vehicles, an estimated 72 vehicles, will be coming to drop off. So what to me was not clear from the analysis, if the 200-foot frontage would be adequate to handle 72 vehicles with a 2 dwell time that has been projected. So that to me was not clear because what is it? You're assuming 22 foot for a car length?
I think it was 25 feet. Let me just confirm that. Yeah, no, 22 feet, you're correct. 22 feet for the car, 45 for the bus. So during that peak and during most of the peaks, what we assumed was the buses essentially have their own arrival time that comes earlier than cars, and then the entirety of the frontage opens up, or sorry, that comes earlier for buses, and then the entirety of the frontage opens up for cars. So during that morning,
right. So basically with 2 frontages, you'll be able to accommodate 8 cars every 2 minutes.
Right.
So.
Right. So,
and what is the time period that we are looking at? 9 to 9:30. That is.
Right. So from that period in 9 to 9:30, we've looked at the assumption that all of the 200 feet of curb frontage would be open to the private cars. We're assuming 36 on each frontage, and it's showing that that would be accommodated under those assumptions.
I just did the math. So you will have 15 turnovers and 15 times 8 vehicles. If you can accommodate, you'll have more than 72. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, of course.
The last thing is about the trash pickup.
Okay.
Who wants to talk about trash? Who wants to
I guess I will. Yeah, so indeed to answer, I'll just go a little out of order, Commissioner Yoon's question. The trash bins will fit within that 3-foot required area. We lined them up, as you'll see on the plan. We showed them as little boxes over there. I think that New York City has separate types of trash bins for perishable, non-perishable, in terms of being careful about rodents and so on. We asked the rabbi, he's here with us. Rabbi Plotkin, you're witness to when Department of Sanitation comes for pickup. He told us he's here between 7 and 8 in the morning. Am I correct? Rabbi Plotkin? He's here.
I don't think he's in the room.
Okay, so that's what he told us. We checked with him in between right after the review session. So putting the trash out would have to be out like very, very early at 6 a.m. and that would be difficult. He would be afraid that they would miss it because they do come early. He said instead of putting it out in the afternoon, they would anyway put it out well after the students leave, perhaps late at night, and the perishable trash is going to be in the correct types of containers for that and will be left in that area Ideally, those trash cans would have to stay against the building. There really isn't anywhere in the building to put them. That's a hard thing to do. And they don't have any yard area to put it in, nor can they build any kind of partition because they're in that 3 feet. But the sidewalk is quite wide. I didn't check to see exactly, but.
Had his hand up. The rabbi has his hand up. Rabbi Plotkin?
Oh, okay, there he is.
He's not in.
Rabbi, please
Unmute?
unmute. Yeah.
It's unmuted. I don't know what's going on. It's connection issue probably.
Okay. Do you hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I just don't see myself on the camera, so I don't know if I'm.
Okay, it's okay.
Oh, there I am. Okay. Yeah, so I the question was asked about the trash. So the New York sanitation usually comes, they're usually not here before 7 and usually not here after 8. So somewhere between 7 and 8 a.m. is when they come. Our sidewalk is about 17 feet wide on Carroll and on Troy. So by the time the trash is picked up, it's way before the students are arriving. So I don't see there being a conflict between trash and the students. They're usually, between 7 and 8 when they come.
So the two things, we want to make sure all the garbage that are being collected in the building are being contained and put in the trash bins and not the garbage bags. That's not, that I believe DSNY has put in a very strict requirement that trash bags cannot be just left outside, and they need to be put in a trash bin. So that is one thing. The question that we had was if they are going to be left night before the pickup, especially perishable items during summertime and other times also, they would become fodder for the rodents. So the question becomes, can the drop off of the perishable items especially be done first thing in the morning just before the pickup, so that these items are not sitting outside overnight? That was the question. Commissioner Otley Brown?
Yes, that was the question.
Am I being asked that question or? So
Yeah.
I'm not sure what there's a realistic angle that needs to be taken here. If we want to get it out before the sanitation comes, which means we want to make sure it's out by 7 a.m. And not have it out the night before, that will give us a very tight window to have custodial staff here, like starting from 6 a.m. To bring it down. It's quite tight. I'm not sure if that's possible to in a reliable way to do. One thing I could say that might mitigate part of the concern is that trash time to be put out ordinarily is 3 p.m. We would not even put anything out before, our students are gone anyways, and their custodial staff are here cleaning up a couple hours beyond that. So I think we could definitely have it put out as late as possible, so be later on in the evening. Maybe that will limit the time that it's outside. I'm not sure about the morning though, to be honest. I don't know if it's practical.
Mr. Costanza, your hand is up. You have any question?
Yeah, no, Madam Chair, I apologize, I'm not that familiar with the regulation, but my understanding, at least for residential buildings, is that the trash cannot be put out curbside until 8 p.m. at night. I don't know if that's the same for a school, but I just wanted to put it out there just to clarify. Perhaps that could be something that could be briefed as to what the requirement is.
I believe it's 6 p.m. if it's containerized.
Yes.
Is it
6
for
p.m.
commercial or?
No, this is for residential, but just to
Residential?
correct his
It has to be 8 p.m.
No,
Like
it's 6 p.m. if it's in a container, and you could put bags out at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I think what the report lacked was the number of time the pickup is happening, because there are different days for recycles, there are different days for perishable. And we need to know which days those are and what time that is happening, because we want to make sure it's not conflicting with the bus pickup and drop off the school has. Also, it is important, even though Troy Avenue frontage is wide, the actual walkable area is 10-foot wide, because you have there is a green space along the curb. So that takes away a fair amount of the frontage. And then based on the plans, at least, that's what I see, that there is a green space landscaping along the frontage. And then the trash, if they are going to be stored, they need to be stored within 3 feet of the street front, of the building frontage. So then that needs to be very clearly shown. How many trash bins are you anticipating that would be used for this? And do you have that area by the building up to 3 foot to store on the trash bins? So those need to be shown on the plan, and we need to know clearly, therefore, how many trash bins you would need to be stored. Where are they going to be stored? They have to be within 3 foot of the building wall, and specify the hours of the pickups for the daily refuse and the recyclables. When are those happening? Okay.
So Chair, we have that on the plans. We show the trash bins on the plans. It's there. It's fine. And it's within the 3 feet. That's fine.
I don't
The
think 3 feet
timing,
is indicated, though.
I'm sorry?
I don't think that 3 feet's indicated.
Oh, so we'll make sure then. We'll clarify that.
It's just on
We'll
the,
make sure.
not on
Yes,
the other plan.
we'll mark it. Thank you. Thank you for showing this. The only thing is, I don't think DSNY will give us a time. They're very vague. We've tried that. Can we use the rabbi's estimations in our report?
Yep, go ahead. What we
If
saying?
the question is, DSNY doesn't, we've tried to nail it down through DSNY on their website, and they don't give us times. They just say when it's on the route. So can we use the rabbi's estimations for time in our report?
Yeah. Mhm.
Thank you. Okay, so then we'll do that, and we'll clarify the plans, and we will make it clear in the report that about the 3 feet.
I guess if you could include the days for trash pickup, and if there are separate days for recycling and compost.
Yes,
I think that's what
we
the
have that. Yes, we have that, and we'll clarify.
This plan already,
I just searched for recycling, but maybe I
because it says there'll be 3 pickups a week of regular garbage, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, recycling and composting pickup on Saturdays only.
Yes.
I missed that.
And the calculations are done for the composting to assume it's going to be stored for an entire week.
So Tuesday, Saturday, Thursday, and Saturday would be the regular garbage pickup? Is that what it is?
Where do you see this?
Yeah, I didn't see it.
In the trash, we added a new part, including a section on containerization per your request. It should be in there in the program. I'm sorry, I don't have access here
It's
to the programmatic needs report.
In the programmatic need?
Yeah.
In the programmatic needs report, we
We
added all that.
56, and it
Okay.
just
I
goes
see.
straight through to like.
I was looking in the operational plan and it doesn't talk about it. Maybe it's just trying to summarize it in the operational plan in addition to what you have in the very.
We'll call it out. We'll make sure that it's very, very clear.
Okay. I see it now in the
Thank you.
programmatic needs plan.
You see it? Okay.
Yeah, it's in the programmatic needs report, not the operational plan, so it'd be good to just carry over those
153.
key summary points into the operational
56
plan.
and goes to like 165. It's all of the calculations along with the pickups. So on 164, it'll say school is in session 6 days a week, 4 full days and 2 half days, which average into 5 days per week. Trash collection will be 3 times a week on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday as per Department of Sanitation schedule.
So I have a question with regards to Saturdays. Since the school is closed on Saturday and Friday, the school will close early. In that case, when will the trash be brought out to the curb? Would it be after noon after the school closes, or it would be still after 6 PM the latest? Because then that's a long time from 12 noon till morning of 7 o'clock. That's over 12 hours that that trash is perishable items are sitting outdoors, especially during summer times.
In the summer times, it's not a problem. It could be taken out before the Sabbath, which is later. So in the summer, in the winter, it's cold anyway, and it will be taken out a little bit before 4 o'clock. We don't have a choice because once the Sabbath starts about 4:10, the earliest. So in the winter, it would be taken out earlier. In the summer, it would be taken out later.
Is that allowed actually? Or are you gonna run into trouble with DOT? Or with Department of Sanitation, sorry.
I think one of the assembly council members put in a bill that they shouldn't be a problem. I think that just happened lately. It's a problem because we just can't do it. It's a religious requirement. They can't have anybody take out the garbage.
Okay. Let's go to the public.
The case that we're currently discussing is, excuse me, 2025-29 BZ, 350 Troy Avenue, Brooklyn. Should you wish to comment on this application, dial 669-254-5252. At the prompt, you'll enter the webinar ID number 161-504-3108 and press the pound sign. At the next prompt, you'll press the pound sign only. Once you're permitted in, press *9 to raise your hand, *6 to unmute as you're calling in on the phone. And if you're in the Zoom room already, please raise your Zoom hand, which is the little hand at the bottom of your computer screen. Once you're recognized, you'll have 3 minutes in which to comment on this application.
Okay. How much time you need to make those corrections?
Well, the plans are being worked on already. Facts and findings is minor. Amber will take care of 2-3 weeks. I mean, I don't
That's
see.
it.
Yeah,
We
we're
will-
not talking about major.
We will put this for the same time period. We'll schedule this for April also.
Perfect, thank you.
Perfect. We'll take care of it right away.
We were closing this. This is a variance application.
Yeah,
Ms. Benke, are there any environmental outstanding issues?
We're waiting for air
Needed
quality.
Air quality, right.
And school safety did say they were trying to get back to us this week with the letter. I mean, it's not, as you said, it's a variance application. But
Okay.
Okay,
Right.
no one called in. Ms. Cohen, if you would like to speak, please raise your hand. If not, then you can make a submission to submit at bsa.nyc.gov. Oh. There she goes, she raised her hand.
Is she for this case?
Yes, Ms. Cohen?
You are unmuted. You may speak.
Ms. Cohen, please speak. If you're not able to, hit the
She's not muted.
oh, is she muted? No, unmuted.
not
She's
muted.
unmuted.
Maybe she doesn't want to.
Did you
she lowered her
submit
hand.
anything? Okay, Ms. Cohen, if you want to put anything in writing regarding this particular case, you can send it to submit@bsa.nyc.gov. We do have, or if you're calling in for other cases, we will have another round of, those cases are going to be heard tomorrow at 10 a.m. The review session will start at 10 a.m., followed by the public hearing. And those cases are listed on our website. That would be that is scheduled for hearing tomorrow. Okay.
Motion to close?
Motion to close, record open.
Chair Shonda,
Aye.
Vice Chair Shabeta,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Sheta,
Aye.
Commissioner Yu.
Aye.
Okay, nothing else? No more? This concludes the public hearing for March 9th, 2026.
And we will schedule this for decision provided we get all the information similar to the previous one. It would be in April.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay
Take
safe.
care.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
we'll try. Okay, take care.
Bye.
Little stuff that comes up now.
Okay.
What's going on?
Okay. What happened? This is so.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi.
That I'm,
Yeah,
This concludes.
I did say this concludes the public hearing.
I don't know why